once we'd found the ruins of the Wood Elf village, we then proceeded to cross the bridge and find the hobgoblins. At which
We set fire
point...
to the bridge as well, didn't we?
Yes, but I think we did. At which
We were
point...
very pyromaniac-y back then.
At which point we then just basically walked in and just slaughtered the entire lot because of how far we'd leveled up by then.
It was like
it as
it
our
was
own,
yeah.
kept some of them as slaves, and that was the new base of operations.
Yeah, because you walked in, I was describing how many there were, and then it was just like, wait, how high level are these goblins? And they were like, rubbish. It was just like, they just got slaughtered instantly. Like, yeah, because you were slightly dubious that it might be difficult, and then like someone fired a fireball and it killed like 20 of them, and then you were like, yeah, this is easy.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you killed about half the camp, and then the rest just were like, fuck it, drop their swords, and were like, we pledge allegiance to you, O lords.
Because that's like how hobgoblin culture works, really.
Yeah, they were like, but it was begrudging, because they were like, you just murdered everyone, what the heck? Yeah, because I remember you were there was like one guy who was like, please stop killing our people, we surrender. And he came out, and you guys were being such jackasses to him, just because he was a hobgoblin. Like, he was trying to genuinely make a deal with you to be like, let my people live, and you were just being assholes.
Personally, I wouldn't have begrudged him, but if Waywocket was still in her kill streak, she totally would have.
Yeah, and like the whole
party
party
just wanted to slay him.
Yeah, it like surprised me how instant everyone started being a dick to this poor goblin. Because I was playing him as sort of, please, let's be reasonable as I could, and you were just like, no, fuck you, goblins are trash. Bring me a beer now, or I'll kill your friend.
Pretty much.
Because he was trying to strike a deal, and then like Isaac was just like, or we could just murder you all, and that was the constant negotiation. Was you offer us something good, or we will kill every last one of you.
Yeah.
It was horrible. You were just threatening genocide to get what you wanted.
As well, it was one of those campaigns where like we all really trusted Isaac because he's like done so many campaigns before.
Yeah.
So like he was sort of like the unofficial sort of leader of the group, where he was like, he kept saying like, yeah, or we could just kill you all, and then we were like, yeah, what he said.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. We'll do that.
Afterwards, didn't we? After we'd like claimed the area and we'd like stayed for a day, like scouted out the area, trying to find out what resources and whatever. And there was like there were ents, or what, the treants?
Yeah, there were treants.
But at one point, didn't we like fuck with one of the player characters? Like,
I can't remember what happened.
I think it was Waywocket. Like
no, she wouldn't have taken that.
No, exactly. We oh, what was it? We killed pigs.
Oh, I remember.
And then we'd like I dropped them on her.
Oh God.
I think.
Way to make the crazy character even more.
Yeah, it was either Waywocket or Duncan's character who was getting fucked with. Because I think Duncan's character was being kind of paladin-y, and everyone was getting annoyed. And was just like, fuck you, we're gonna torment you. I can't remember. I think that happened at one point.
It definitely did happen. I think it was probably in Duncan's character.
Yeah, because I remember Duncan's character got a lot of stick for being paladin, let's not kill these people, and everyone was like, the goblins. So the only voice of reason in the party had a pig dropped on him.
Well, you know, it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
That's how you do things.
Because I can't remember, it was Waywocket and the paladin falling out a lot, I can't remember.
Yeah, because at one point, when Waywocket started losing it a bit more, she was like wearing the old bear skin, and she used to have a dog that she'd also wear the skin of and whatever.
Oh yeah, and the paladin took the stuff off.
Yeah, basically the way I designed, the way Waywocket ended up sort of being is very, very protective and very clingy to those people who accepted her, because like her backstory was like is not very like a normal gnome backstory. Like she was neglected from her family and everything.
Like outcast type thing. It was.
Yeah, and she was like her gnome group, her gnome clan. They were fighting people, and they put each other up for fights, sort of like gladiator sort of things, but like actual dying. So like she was a bit messed up anyway. So when she had her dog, she was like, oh yeah, I'm really attached to my dog because it can't let me down, typical sort of Freudian type theories.
And it was I was constantly out to kill the dog. I was out to kill anything everybody loved because it was funny.
And because you were angry with us for the bears.
Yeah, revenge.
As soon as my dog died, I think my dog's name was Nell or Rel or something.
Because the dog was called, there was one character. There was something called Nell, and the other thing was called Rel.
That was Sansa and Nell. That was the really cute love story. That's also another story.
Yeah.
But as soon as my dog died, I got the skin tanned and I wore it as a cloak. And then the bear died as well, so I did the same thing. And basically, the skins would act as Waywocket's comfort blanket, so she wouldn't be crazy loony. She'd be like almost childlike and quite easy to manipulate if she had the skins.
In return, made Waywocket even more terrifying because, she went from massacring things with a spiked hammer to just like curled up and giggling like a child.
I had a gnome hooked hammer, and the hook end would do more damage. But I purposefully used the hammer end because it was bludgeoning.
Wanted to bludgeon everyone.
I purposefully and that's what I loved about the character, was that I could manipulate the gameplay even to make it more like
that's
her.
a lovely thing.
Yeah, you were the most role playing of that group at that campaign, I think.
Yeah, I loved her so much.
She was a very good character to manipulate and ruin the life of.
Yeah, because she'd start acting very strange, very overly attached to these skins and wanting to curl up and not letting anyone touch the skins or whatever. So Duncan took this as an excuse to then make his character think the best solution for this was to take away the skins because she was acting so strange around them. So he summoned his familiar, was it?
Yeah, it was like a ethereal horse.
Yeah.
Ethereal pony or something, wasn't it? Because he was short.
So he summoned that, stole Waywocket's skins, put them on the horse, and then
sent
banished
it to the ethereal plane.
So we just couldn't get it back.
Still bitter.
So that created a metric shit ton of party tension, immediately.
That kind of tipped her over the edge a bit.
Yeah.
I tried to kill him.
Yes.
And he was using
Yeah, he was trying to incapacitate you, or you were just straight up trying to murder him.
He was using non-lethal damage, and I was just straight up just using full lethal damage. And eventually, I started calming down a bit, and then he said something stupid and throwaway about my skins. So I went back to lethal damage again.
I love paladins. They're so high might. It just turns hilarious when they get to dispute people. This will help you, honest. It will. I guarantee it.
And I very vividly imagine this scene because it was beautiful. And I remember people were just floating barrels around and just having general fun times. And then this skins issue kicked off.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh God, should we intervene?" And Waywocket's just screaming and bludgeoning the hell out of this.
Yeah, it went from goofing around to just straight up violence.
Yeah. And then eventually he knocked me out, and they put me in a bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up, but I tried to bluff waking up, and then he was like, "I know you're awake. Just hit me." And I was like, "No, go away." So the ultimate moody teenager, except I was the oldest party member there.
Yeah. What point did we find the mayor again from our old village?
The mayor. I think it was after you'd gone to the paladin place because you knew about that.
Yeah.
I think the paladins told you about the invading marauder force or something. That were they'd come from the east or something.
We found
the north. They came from the north on ships.
It was barbarians or something.
Yeah, barbarians.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
I can't remember. I can't remember if you saved her or if she just survived because she was badass.
I think she was badass.
She survived because she was badass. Yeah, I remember now.
She then later came with us, and we took her to the paladin place where she decided to stay.
Yeah, because you got to the village that had been destroyed, and you just saw her sitting there with a sword.
Yeah, she was completely
she was covered in blood.
Completely traumatized.
Yeah, she was covered in blood and just glassed out. Just would not talk to anyone.
That's actually one of the really cute stories that came out of that campaign.
Yeah, and you got her to salvation, as it were, with the paladins.
Yeah.
And she started training and stuff to fight back, and that was good.
I remember,
wholesome
like,
story.
at Niska, like, our whole issue was like, how the hell did we get this huge ass gem out of this big archway?
So
and then we were like, let's go to the dragon. Oh my god.
So yeah, in this there was this whole
Ask.
political thing. Like, dwarves were very tense about these barbarians that attacked the village, and they were like coming over from the other side of the sea or a lake or something.
Yeah.
And they didn't like because they were taking their resources, mining, whatever. And the dwarves had this big gem in their city that told them where to mine for resources, and where it was telling them to mine presently, the barbarians were also mining. And
But no, it was in the sea where the barbarians were. I think it was. They had that's why they had all the big ships.
Mm.
And like, it was the barbarians held like nature in high regard and that, and the Niskans were very industrious. So it was like they were just destroying kind of the environment a little bit.
Yeah.
So the barbarians were pissed off, so they attacked.
So they started attacking. So in an effort to, at first we just wanted to just kill the barbarians, like just fucking let's just kill them. There, obviously they trashed our village. Let's just kill them.
Yeah.
It's D&D. We just kill. But we went to talk to them.
Ended up doing the shortest Hydra fight in the world.
Yes. Oh, the Hydra fight.
Because you were building it up to be this, like, I'm gonna kill you all, hee. And they were just there, like, cut off the leg, one shot, dead. And you were like, how?
Yeah, they got to a city that was, like, being taken over by the barbarians, and they were using it as, like, a capital. And, like, at the gates, the barbarians were like, you challenger who comes forth, prove your strength against our great beast, and you will be able to see our leader, because you were trying to talk to the leader. And so you like spent loads of time planning an attack.
Yeah, using like fire and like we're gonna singe the neck so the head doesn't grow back, and we're gonna do all these things, and like this person's gonna do that, this person's gonna do that, and then we walk in and it's just.
Yeah, you walk through the gate, and like I did the big reveal of the Hydra coming through like a gateway and like heads flailing around, and then you just like spammed spells into its chest until it died.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we didn't even kill it the traditional way. We just.
There was like zero tactics because like you were realizing how much damage you could do with spells, and you were just like, let's burn all our spells we've got for today into that Hydra.
Yeah.
It's dead.
So that happened. So then we spoke to the leader and eventually realized that they were just protecting nature or whatever. So we then, instead of killing things, we decided to go back to the dwarf town, trying to figure out what to do to stop them from mining there, and just thought, fuck it, let's just steal this gem, take it to a dragon, and get him to lead them somewhere else, because dragons. Because dragons.
There was more story there, but I can't remember what it was now.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
So
can do dragony things.
Yeah. So we then led them. We then tried to sneak back into the city, and had spent however long trying to figure out how to move this massive fuck off gem. How did we do it in the end? Did we cast levitate on it?
I think
just
we
sort of
built scaffolding up.
No, in the end you just got the dragon and just fucking invaded the city.
Oh yes, yeah, that was it. We were going to go speak to the dragon first about if he could actually help us.
Yeah, you looked at the dragon. You like saw how big it was, and you're like, wait, we could just like take the city.
Yeah.
It was like, nah, just fly you in, dudes, and we were like, sweet.
Yeah. He was the coolest dragon.
We had a cutscene ending of the campaign with the dragon.
Yeah. We had to wrap it up, so it's just like, we go in, dragon, everyone dies, hooray!
Hooray.
Because I'm terrible at ending campaigns. Dies, hooray! Because I'm terrible at ending campaigns.
like that time when we had that. We were just against a massive army, and my character jumped off a building. Yeah,
it just turned into like Gears of War Hordes mode, basically. It's like more enemies and more enemies.
That was the Sansa and Realm.